Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
We're back at it, aren't we?
I don't feel like... Is that better?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Although this light isn't on.
Oh, we need the light.
Pow.
There we go.
So, thank you guys for tuning in and for another one of our Friday morning live shows.
Live shows.
It seemed like it was difficult to get out.
The words?
The words. They weren't coming out in my mouth.
They weren't coming out.
Yeah, so today we're talking about getting back on track after summer.
Which might seem a little bit odd because it still is summer. It's just the beginning of August, so we still have a month of summer. But normally the trend is that September hits and we are in this mad rush to get back into routines, get back on track, and it just makes for a really stressful transition into the fall. So we wanted to talk today about how you can avoid that and get into a good routine now and get yourself on track now so that in the fall, when everything's kind of coming back together, kids are going back to school, perhaps you're going back to work or other things, it makes it an easier transition. Also, a lot of times in the summer, we are consuming foods we don't normally consume at barbecues and at camping, campfires, and drinks as well. There seems to be a lot more drinks being passed around during the summer. So if we can get on track now, we can avoid some of that summer weight gain as well.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're talking about today. Louise jumped in here. Good morning, Louise.
Hey, Louise.
Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, if you guys are here with us, let us know. If you're watching this as a replay, you can still ask questions and we'll certainly answer them afterwards. And of course, we appreciate you tuning in if you can't catch us live as well. So, Dorothy, where can we start? I kind of feel like a CTV bag should be sitting right there.
Where would you like to start?
Well, I think that getting back into a routine, like we've just had, where would we be at July and June, July?
Well, I think for most, the official kind of start of summer is July because the kids are in school until the end of June, and then July hits, it's like, woohoo, like freedom! So we take off camping or we take off on holidays, visiting family and friends and in different places. So I think July is really the summer kickoff. Right,
so July. Well, I guess I was getting at, we were maybe June, April, May, June, this summer, like summer's, like people are getting ready and excited for camping. So it's not like we've just started kind of breaking our routines. Or it's not like we just started like going to barbecues or hanging out with friends or having drinks. So it's been a while. It's been probably 2 months, and then we're moving into August now, and it's like we need to make a change. I mean, we need to make a difference now because when September hits, the kids are going back to school. Unfortunately, at least in Alberta, the weather's starting to change. The days are getting a bit shorter, and it's getting cooler. And then it's all of a sudden like, what am I going to do? How am I going to start into a proper routine and get back to those healthy habits?
That's a good point, Drew, because it doesn't really even start July. It's been a build-up from July, April, May, June. And a lot of times there is wind-up things, like sports, certain wind-up barbecues. At school, there's usually barbecue endings and all of these things, like parties, I guess you would say, whereas there's chips and hot dogs and, if it's an adult barbecue, it's beverages and things like that.
Alcoholic beverages,
yes.
So we did want to mention before we get into too much detail that we have a couple of giveaways here. Now our good friend Dylan he owns Rancher's Castle in Ponoka.
That's right, a restaurant.
That's right, and it's not that far from the Olds area, and we know a lot of you will be viewing from that type of area. So, how long is the drive?
Well, when we go out there, I think it's about 45-minute drive from Olds. I think. Well, it's probably 15-20 minutes from Red Deer.
Okay.
Do you think?
Yeah, probably 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
So, anyways, Rancher's. So he has this restaurant called Rancher's Castle, and he's an amazing chef. He puts together some of the most delicious meals we've ever had.
Yeah, they're unreal.
And we just asked him, we talked about our morning show, and he supports us with everything that we do. And he said that he would like to offer some gift certificates for his restaurant. So we have two $25 gift certificates that we'll be giving away at the end of the show. So if you stick around, we'll enter your name into a draw, and then hopefully you get a chance, or you will get a chance to win. Hopefully you'll get a chance to taste Dylan's amazing food, because you will be blown away, guaranteed.
It's so delicious, and he really puts quality first in his ingredients that he uses, and he also makes all of his own sauces and everything like that. So nothing is like packaged or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's all homemade.
His quality. He uses coconut oil. He doesn't use any cheap ingredients. It actually bothers him that the restaurant industry is kind of built around that way of just using the cheapest ingredients possible.
And even with his meat, like if you get chicken, for example, like it's going to be a nice quality chicken, as opposed to, some places aren't like that.
That's right. So stick around. We'll enter your name into a draw. We have Rhonda that jumped in here. Good morning, Rhonda.
Hey, Rhonda.
Nice to see you in here for our Friday morning live show. And then we have Louise. What did Louise say?
I could hit my old stomping grounds. Hope I win.
Did you grow up in Pinoca, Louise? Let us know. Okay, so when it comes to getting back on track, I think for me, the first thing I would like to talk about is routines.
Right.
And healthy habits.
They're so important to success, and I think we underestimate how important they are sometimes.
Yeah, because everything's routines.
Yeah.
Like everything that we do is created from routine. So when you usually get ready for bed, you brush your teeth, for example. Some people like wash their face, or maybe put some cream on their faces or essential oils.
I don't know who some people is.
But everyone has that routine before bedtime. Maybe you set your alarm. Maybe you set your clothes out before you go, your clothes out for work. But that's routine, and many times it's so routine that we don't think about it. And it's the same thing in the morning for breakfast. Like we have breakfast in the morning, or we don't have breakfast. Like maybe we make a coffee, and maybe we hit the drive-thru and get a pastry, whatever it is. I mean, that happens often. But those are routines, and those set up our day. And I would say sometimes we set up our days for success, and sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
So if you want to set up your days for success and get into meal planning properly like we usually do, or like we should, and get into a workout routine, that's where we have to start, is at routines.
And one of the things that happens is we get excited, I think. We're so routine. We're just as human beings. We crave routines, and we're driven by routines. But I think sometimes we get so excited to break that routine, like, woo, it's summer, no alarm clock, no schedule, no this, no that. But then what happens is, after a certain amount of time, people are looking forward to getting back into routine, right?
Yeah, for sure, because I think we enjoy structure.
Right.
As much as we don't really, like sometimes we don't want to be structured, but I think we all thrive better in some
a structured environment. Yeah.
I'm the same way. I like to be spur of the moment or sporadic with what I'm doing, but I feel like once I have a set structure that I perform much better in different areas of life.
That's right.
And you always say with kids, it's very similar.
And well, having taught grade 1 for 8 years, that was one of the most important things. That was all the way till December. Routines, teaching routines and structure, right? And kids just thrive so much better in that kind of environment.
Yeah, for sure. I think we all do. On Instagram here, we had Christy Hart jump in here.
Hey, Christy.
We have RD coming in here. What's up, RD?
Hey, RD.
We just went to the Dodger game with RD, so we got a chance to spend some quality time together.
It was a blast.
Yeah, for sure.
Chantel jumped in here, too.
Hi, good morning, Chantel. So, Instagrammers, Chantel said, good morning, Drew and Dorothy.
Good morning, Chantel.
Good morning, Chantel. And so we're talking about getting back into routines. I know a lot of times we don't want to talk about it this early. We're like, summer, it's only the beginning of August, summer's still here. we still want to talk about barbecuing and camping and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that. We just want to have you prepared for when the end of August comes in and we get back to kids are going back to school, and then our regular yearly routine is kind of getting back to usual. So that's what we're talking about today. If you guys have questions about what our main topic today, please let us know. And if you stick around, Dorothy and I just mentioned we're giving away the two $25 gift cards or gift
certificates, yeah.
For our friend Dylan's restaurant in Panoka. It's called Rancher's Castle.
Delicious.
Amazing food. Louise said, you want to read this one?
Louise said, I graduated from Panoka Composite High School. Worked as a lifeguard at Panoka from when I was 16 to 19. My family moved to Pinks when I was 14. I moved away at 19.
All right. Have you been back, Louise? If you haven't been back, you have to go back to check out Rancher's Castle. So I think when we mention routines, like getting into proper routines, and where would that start with you? Like I would look at meal planning, for example, and moving progressively with putting your meals together and being prepared ahead of time, like on a Sunday, for example, for the entire week.
Yeah, it makes such a big difference because then we take away that stress of scrambling around. What am I going to make? And then sometimes even we think of something we'd like to have, but then we don't have the ingredients to make it. And that's when the frustration comes in, and sometimes we make less than choices out of frustration, right? So I think definitely that's a good point, is to start with a meal plan and being prepared for the week. So if you just pick one day a week, and usually we suggest on a weekend, like on a Sunday, because usually we have some time off on the weekend, right? So if we pick one day to go grocery shopping, and then one day to go do a prep day. So if you're making your own meal plan, I guess we should mention this too, because some people like to make their own meal plans. You'll need to set some time aside to do that as well. And I think it's very important to set appointments with yourself. We make appointments for our hair. We make appointments for nails and doctors and dentists. We make all these appointments with other people, and we often forget to make appointments with ourselves.
That we keep.
I'm not sure why it's so easy to cancel an appointment with ourselves. And it's like we put ourselves last, right? We'd never cancel. Well, it would be rare for us to cancel one of those other appointments, like a hair appointment or a pedicure or a doctor's appointment, because we wouldn't want to. We set that appointment, and we want to stick true to what we say. But when it comes to ourselves, we're the first to cancel on ourselves.
It's
or
true.
I'll do that later. Or this came up. Or that.
Yeah, and I think it comes back to like putting ourselves first, which is so challenging for us. Like even saying that, people are like, they kind of look at you funny, like, well, I have family, I have friends, I have kids. But I mean, we feel like you have so much more to give when you put yourself first, and you understand how much more you have to give when you're at your full self, with all like a good night's sleep and with energy from food and feeling fantastic with exercise. These are things that we need to do to be at our best. So once you're at your best, you have more to give to others. So setting those appointments and keeping them is so important.
Mm-hmm. And food and meals is such a big part of what we do. You know what I mean? As families or as individuals, we spend a lot of our time talking about food, right? And meals, and it just makes it so much easier if you have a meal plan. And if you are, and if you're in need of help with meal planning, that's what Drew and I do. So, there are resources that you can use if you're unfamiliar with doing it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's all kinds of things that you can do around meal planning. It doesn't have to be one set way. There's many different options. And that's something that, of course, we're always posting meals and meal plans, and that's something that we do within our monthly membership group. So we can definitely help out with that. And even if you're not looking for something all the time, we can offer you suggestions if you need help. You can certainly reach out. I wanted to pull up this our True Form Success Pyramid, because it's something that we put together and we feel it's an easy structure to understand on how to get on track and how to find your success. So when I pull this one up here, I'm pulling up right on the screen. So if you're watching on Instagram, I'm pulling up we're on Facebook, facebook.com/trueformlife. We're pulling that up here on the screen so you can have a look at it. So tier 1 is usually this is 70% of people. This is what we usually kind of deal with. Sorry. So that tier 1 that's the biggest demographic of where we find the most struggles with. So we have inconsistency. We're not sure where to start, who to trust. We usually have lack of sleep, and then gas, bloating, indigestion. That's a major one, and that's as you can see from the chart there. That's tier 1, and that's kind of what we see on a regular basis, and that could be something that you're dealing with. And I think that many of us, even if we might not want to admit it, many of us deal with some of those, like indigestion, for example, or digestion issues. Those are so apparent, and they happen so often that we think that's normal. And something like meal planning can help with that.
Yeah, and instead of waiting, I think we are creatures of, when this is over, then I'll do this, right? Or when summer's over, then I'll get back on track. But it's so important if there is something like you're experiencing, like Drew was saying, indigestion, or what was the other one you named, or just digestion issues or inflammation or all of those things. Like, it's so important to act now and do something about it now, because the longer you wait, the more damage you'll be doing.
That's right, and the harder it is to get back on track with your digestive system. Like, we think that's normal, I think. Like, to not have regular bowel movements, for example. Like, we think it's normal to not have one for 3 days, for example. Or if you have a bowel movement every day, then we're like, something wrong with me, I'm going to the bathroom too much.
And that sometimes is something that comes into when people start using Complete Truth Protein, because Complete Truth Protein has so much fiber in it and just good old,
good quality
nutrients. So when people start introducing that into their body, their digestion starts improving, which means that you're going to the bathroom regularly. And some people tell us, oh my gosh, I'm having like a bowel movement like every day. And we're like, good.
We're like, yes.
You're supposed to.
Success.
It's working.
That's right. And that's just something like that. And then if we pull up our pyramid here, Christy on Instagram, she said, all the kids say hi.
Hey.
And then we had Susan jumped in here. Sue, what was your Swamp Lil? Swamp Lil Ranch. Hi, Sue. Sue from Swamp Lil Ranch. And then Louise, we were talking about Pinoca there previously. And Louise said she's been back for a couple of reunions, but not for a long time. Awesome. All right. Well, hopefully that we're going to set you up with a gift card. Those of you that are coming in and out here, we were just talking about how we have two $25 gift cards for Rancher's Castle restaurant in Pinoca.
And that's one of our friends who owns that restaurant, and he's an amazing chef. He went to, I was going to call it chef school. Pretty sure it's called culinary school, right? But he was practicing to be a chef or studying to be a chef for a long time. Yeah. And part of his studies was to go to different countries and do some, I suppose you'd call it like practicum.
Chefery. He did some chefery. But
he was in, I don't know if it was Japan or China.
He went to Japan? I'm pretty sure.
And anyway, all these different places around the world to practice. And now we're lucky to have him.
Yeah, he gives it like experiments with some meals and brings them out for us, and it says,
try this.
Yeah, try this. But the food is amazing, and he always tells us stories about how he learned how to do this or how you can create this. So some of our recipes are inspired by his. It was funny. I was making this. I forget what I was trying to make.
The mussels? Oh. Or was it like a crazy spice or something?
No, I was trying to make like tomatoes. Some kind of sauce that he told me how to make. And then he was like, I was explaining it to him, and he was like, sounds like pizza sauce. And it wasn't supposed to be pizza sauce at all. I was like, yeah, it was pretty much pizza sauce. So he said, Sue said, She said, Swamp Lil from Swamp Lily Ranch. Love it, Sue. If you guys have any questions with our given topic, please feel free to ask in the comments. And if you've been enjoying the episodes, feel free to put a little like up there or a heart. We like those, as well as let us know we're doing a good job.
Oh man, on our last video, it was Cooking with Dorothy last Tuesday night. How many did we get?
Over 150.
Over 150!
That was crazy.
What, hearts?
Hearts.
Hearts.
We're like, let's try to get to 100 hearts, and we got over 150.
Because it was like at 80 or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, let's get to 100! And people went heart crazy.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
So that's actually Tuesday. We go Tuesday live at 7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. Mountain Time, we go live, and I'm in the kitchen whipping up. Well, this series, we're doing snacks with Complete Truth Protein. So baking, how to bake with Complete Truth Protein. And if you would like to get into a routine with meal planning, that would be a great place to start, is to come in and check out Cooking with Dorothy, see what we're whipping up. And snacks is a big one, because a lot of times when we are super starving, we will grab snacks that are, convenient. So sugary snacks, salty snacks, processed snacks that won't energize our body. But with Cooking with Dorothy right now, we're talking about how to create energy snacks, right? How to create snacks that will increase your energy and improve it. And I actually had a mom one time be like, whoa, my kid doesn't need any more energy. I don't want to give him that CTP stuff, because if it increases energy, he already has too much energy. But something with kids is that it's the good kind of energy. I think when we think of kids having so much energy, it's that sugar energy, right? That crazy like sugar high energy. But with CTP, it's like the feel good energy. So the energy that's gonna help them learn better and control, emotions and just feel good. And a lot of times because I always brought treats in for the kids when I was teaching, like CTP cookies and muffins and protein balls. And a lot of times they would tell me that, right? Like, oh, like I feel good, like after I eat this stuff.
And I think you can tell right away when you put better quality foods in your body that that they're kind of working and they're making you feel better. So I think even kids can tell.
Oh, they can. Yeah.
So I grabbed those from that CTP. I grabbed it from the fridge because that's where it should be stored. So that's why it was rolled up like that. And that's what Dorothy is using. I was laughing earlier because during the Cooking with Dorothy show, I was messing around with the cameras. We've got a few different cameras pointing at us right now. And I was asking everyone which camera they liked better. So we came up with a compromise. We used that camera there for Dorothy when
where we are now.
Yep.
Okay.
When she was whipping up, when she was mixing, we used that camera, and then we used this main camera when she was just talking. So if you guys have a suggestion, let me know. I'm messing around moving cameras back and forth, and Dorothy's like, "Stop moving the cameras! I don't know where to look anymore."
But it'll be cool as we progress with Cooking with Dorothy, because we'll just be able to move more efficiently between the two cameras.
That's right.
It'll be really cool.
Yeah, we're working on it for you guys. So let me pull this up right here. For us, I think when we're talking about CTP, if those of you that don't know, it's a whole food supplement made with quinoa and hemp hearts, and it's super easy. We're bringing convenience to you in the easiest way possible, so you can bake with it, you can throw it in smoothies, and we use it because it's a superfood. There's so many nutrients in it. You have all your macronutrients that you need, so healthy fats, proteins, complex carbs, and antioxidants, fiber, iron. There's so many benefits to it, so that's why we're offering it to you. I suppose offering the information around it right now, especially Cooking with Dorothy around meal planning. If you didn't get a chance to see our success pyramid here, we're going to pull that up. And so the easiest way for us to get you to the first or the second tier, I suppose, is smoothies. It's going to offer a way for you to increase your metabolism. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to give you more energy. And it's so easy. So if you look at tier 2, it shows you right here that this is about 15% of people that we can get from 70% to tier 2, which is 15%. It does drop because it takes more time. It takes more effort. And then that's just the reality of putting more effort into living a healthy lifestyle.
But that is, we were talking about getting on track after being off track throughout the summer. But this is something that is so easy and convenient to implement into your daily routine. And so it's a great starting point with smoothies. And it's going to make you in a better mood because you're going to be fueling your body properly with, like Drew said, there's all your macronutrients with CTP. So fueling your body properly is going to increase your energy. But with that increased energy, it's also going to mean you're in a better mood.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't feel better when they have more energy? I mean, and that's the thing. We mention energy and we talk about energy because of that's a main benefit. It's one of the first things when people start having smoothies and eating more consistently, adding complete truth protein to their diet. And one of the biggest kind of complaints that we hear, concerns, is I have so low energy. And then people are like, oh, maybe it's my iron, or maybe it's my thyroid, or
you need food. That's what we tell people. You just need good quality food, nutrients, and we've gotten away from eating to feel good, or eating to energize our body, or nutritionize, like Drew says, our body. We've gotten away from that and into just eating as, how do you call it, like a social...
Yeah, we eat for a number of different reasons.
Yeah.
We eat to celebrate, for example, maybe emotional. We when we're not feeling well, when we're depressed, instead of eating to fuel your body on a regular basis like we should be.
So using smoothies or having a smoothie every day is going to help us slowly get back into eating to fuel your body.
Yeah, and it's so simple. That's why we put it at the bottom of the tier, because unfortunately, as we know, the higher we get to our success, the more people kind of drop off. So we thought, what's the easiest way we can get people living a healthy lifestyle, feeling better, increased energy? And it's smoothies. Because all you need to do is throw some fruit in a smoothie. I mean, it could get more complex, but the easiest way to explain is you throw some fruit into a blender, some complete truth protein, and milk or water, and that's it.
That's it.
So and that's how simple it can be. It takes minutes to throw those ingredients into a blender, and you can even take that with you and go.
That's right. And it's just so quick and so convenient to have a meal on the go. You could even make one, like Drew said, and bring it with you and have it, on the go for an afternoon snack. One of our members, Shauna, in our monthly membership, actually said, I can't have my smoothies. It was Shauna, right? Who said that? I can't have my smoothies too late in the afternoon because then I have so much energy.
Darlene.
Oh, it's Darlene.
Yeah.
Said I can't have my smoothies too late in the afternoon, then I have too much energy.
They're like, what a great problem to have.
We're like, oh my. But this, I should mention too, the green bag is our smoothie bag. So it has two more ingredients in it to help you get a natural energy boost.
Yeah.
So that has the maca in it, and then it is a little bit sweeter because we add a little bit of stevia in there for smoothies.
Yeah, and maca. So let me drag over a couple comments here because we have some action going on in the comments board. So if you guys have comments, or if you'd like to let us know how you're doing this morning, we'd love to see comments coming in. Gives us a chance to interact with you guys and have a conversation. That's how we do these live videos, because we really enjoy the interaction and the conversation, which is different than the videos we post on Facebook throughout the week. Suzanne said, good morning.
Hey, Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne. Thank you so much for your support with CTP and Detoxify Yourself, all your shares and likes on social media. That really helps us a lot. What did Sue say? You want to read that one?
I've been putting it in my smoothie in the morning. I'm lasting a lot longer before I start to feel hungry. And that is a great point to bring up with...
She probably mentioned she's talking about CTP.
Yeah. Sue bought some CTP not too long ago, and she's just talking about her experience of using it in her smoothies. And it is a great point that it does keep you full longer because we have kept all of the natural nutrients intact. So we have quinoa in there, for example, which is a complex carb. So that's going to release slowly, or digest slowly, releasing, like keeping us fuller longer. And as well as hemp hearts are a healthy fat. So that helps keep us full as well. Most conventional protein powders strip all of those nutrients away. All you're left with is a high protein content. And protein digests so quickly in our bodies, which in turn makes us hungry faster.
That's right. So there you go. I can't really add much to that. You stole them all from me. But that's another a great reason to add CTP to your smoothies. A lot of times people say, well, I have a smoothie and then I'm hungry right away after.
Right away.
That's because the most protein supplements are isolates, much different than CTP. It's not going to digest so quickly. We need that sustainable energy burning throughout the day to keep our metabolism running and keep our body in a fat burning stage. So thank you so much, Sue, for your support with CTP and for sharing that comment with us.
And then Sue had said a couple other things there too.
I'm getting into it.
Dragon Boat.
Okay.
Sue's mentioned I get low blood sugars easily.
I get a little bit without enough protein.
Oh, without enough protein.
Yeah, do you get hangry too?
Because Drew does.
I get hangry. I think it's like a complex. Like I have like a real thing going on chemically, mechanically in my body. I need food. If I don't have food, there's like this angry person comes out inside of me. Dorothy's like, are you getting angry?
Do you need to eat? Or sometimes I'm like, I have got to put some food into that guy.
It's very important to eat.
Or I can tell when Drew's getting on the edge, and it's like, stop everything and eat. Just stop and eat right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like that, and I would imagine it actually does have something to do with your blood sugar levels when they drop down. Like different things happen to different people, especially if you're diabetic. But for us, I don't want to say regular people, but for the average person, I think that if you don't have food in your body, your mood changes. And I think that some people are like, I'm not morning people, or some people that aren't used to eating on a regular basis. Like if you're not getting the nutrients that you need, your mind doesn't have. Like if you look at what does omegas, for example, like omega 3, 6, 9, they're talking about these foods that actually they're brain foods. They help your brains function properly. So I'm thinking about what happens if you don't get enough fats? Like what if you're not having nuts, seeds, hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds? What if you're not getting those omegas? You're not getting that brain food, so your brain doesn't work properly, and that translates to your emotions. If your brain's not working properly, we're frustrated, and we get on edge, and we get sharp and short. So if you're not getting the foods that your body needs, your brain isn't functioning properly, and your whole complex isn't working the way it should be. And it's all based around food. That's why we're so passionate about it.
Mm. And that's why we say that having smoothies with complete protein actually enhances or puts you in a better mood.
Right. And then, so what else did we have here? Shauna. We just mentioned you, Shauna.
We did, Shauna.
Good morning. Good morning, Shauna. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shauna's also one of our monthly members as well. Rhonda was in here. And Louise as well. So we have a monthly membership where we hang out kind of like this every single day. We talk about different foods. We always post videos for them first. We have our morning show with them. So anyways, we always appreciate our monthly members. So thank you guys for tuning in here as well. And then we had Chantel said, CTP is perfect because I love to drink my meal. Mm. Yeah, that's great, Chantel. And like I said, we mentioned that's why it's at the bottom of the tier, the easiest way to get started with living a healthy lifestyle and getting back into proper routines is because CTP is so easy to implement into your diet. You have a meal You basically put a meal into a cup and whip it up.
Yeah.
That's how easy it can be. And a lot of times people are like, I don't have time to go to the grocery store. I don't have time to make my meals. We would say make time. But if you're not going to, then you can have the convenience of something that we designed in your kitchen or in your fridge.
And in regards to time, well, we're never going to get more time. Like, we always have the same amount of time each day. And each one of us has the same amount of time. So you're not going to get time to do it. You have to make the time to do it.
That's right.
Which time is...
You all have the same hours in the day. So we had Chantel said, then Shauna jumped in there and she said, love CTP in the afternoon. A great smoothie energy boost.
Yeah, it is.
And thanks for that, Shauna, because it doesn't really matter when you're having it. A lot of times we actually have that, like, I'm not sure when to have it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't really matter. You could have it for a breakfast, for example, like if you're not used to having breakfast. Many times we're not used to having breakfast because we're not used to having breakfast. And then we try to have a meal and our stomach is like, what are you doing? We haven't had breakfast consistently for 10 years. So you have a meal of breakfast for a couple of days in a row and your stomach is like, what's happening? And your body's like, what's going on?
And we hear all the time, I'm not a breakfast person. It hurts my stomach.
Right.
When's the last time you had breakfast?
Right.
Right?
So our bodies aren't used to having breakfast. So when we try to have breakfast, our body's like, what's happening? And we don't usually when we try to have breakfast, it's not the most easily digestible foods.
Right.
So you might go to a restaurant and you have bacon and eggs and pastries and dessert.
Yeah.
And you have and then we put a jam on probably a low quality bread if it's coming from a big box store type of restaurant. So all that all adds up, and there's all a reason for them, and that's something that if that's not working out for you, then you can try a smoothie, for example, for breakfast, which is easy to digest. And then Shauna mentioned she has her smoothie in the afternoon, and that's perfect for that energy boost because we usually have a crash in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. And going back to blood sugar levels, so I think that if you want to use CTP or grab a smoothie at different times of the day, whatever works best for you is perfectly okay.
Yeah, and some people like to switch it up as well. Like sometimes, for example, Drew and I will have a smoothie for breakfast, and sometimes we'll have it for afternoon snack. We have ours all different times. Sometimes morning snack, and even there's some smoothies that are great as an evening snack, especially sometimes in the evening when you're craving sugar. It's because you're looking for something to do, right? Like you're bored. You won't stop. And so a smoothie is great in those times in the evenings when you're feeling those cravings. So one of my favorite ones is the banana peanut butter, the CTP banana peanut butter smoothie, because it's kind of like dessert in a cup. So if you have something like that in the evening, it's going to help with those sugar cravings as well.
Yeah, for sure. And that brings up a good point about having food in the evenings. Like we recommend having a clean snack meal in the evening. A lot of times you hear different types of experts say you shouldn't eat after your last meal should be around 6 o'clock, or you have your dinner and you shouldn't eat after that. Well, you're hungry and bored, so that's why you go to the pantry. But if you have a clean snack meal prepared or ready for you, and that's what you're going towards, then you're not going to be starving into the evening, and you have something prepared ahead of time.
That's right.
So Sue said I had to leave early one morning, so I made it the night before.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Great idea to make your smoothie ahead of time and store it in the fridge. Mm-hmm. And then Chantel said I make mine the night before too. I'm not a morning person at all. That's a great idea, and that's perfect, Chantel. That brings up a good point, because if you're not someone that's going to get up and make breakfast, or you don't particularly enjoy getting up earlier, sometimes people get up right before they have to go to work. Right. So if you have your smoothie
ready to go,
then you can just take it and go.
I wanted to say too, with kids, Complete Truth Protein is great for kids as well. I know when school starts, a lot of times it's tough to get the kids up and going in the morning, and then for them to sit and eat breakfast is a whole nother big task. So if you can grab and go with a smoothie, that's excellent. We used to do, I used to do with my students smoothie buffets. So they would come up and they could pick what fruit they wanted to put in their smoothie. And so, like, that's something you could even put into your evening routine with your kids, is have a little smoothie buffet and make them their smoothie the night before. Then in the morning, they just have to grab their smoothie out of the fridge and go. And they'll be properly fueled for school, for learning.
Yeah, and I think if you come back to our brain function and learning properly, kids have to eat just as much or maybe more than adults. And we have to understand that kids will learn better if they put better quality foods in their body, just like us. So it's important to get good nutrients for them as well.
That's right.
Shauna said, and she talked about CTP here, she said also on-the-go meals. Yeah, it's great to take your smoothie with you and take it with you and drink it whenever you can. We also had a couple other comments here. Shauna said,
pear ginger, right, Drew? The best ever.
Yes! Shauna, the best smoothie ever is a pear ginger CTP smoothie, no question. I'll drink that forever.
Anything pear ginger, Drew is on board.
Well, I remember like the first time I had that pear ginger, and I was like, I can't believe how good this is. And then sometimes you really enjoy something for a while, and then you kind of forget about it. But I'll never forget about pear ginger.
And one time, I have to share a funny story with you. One time I was making a pear ginger smoothie in the morning before I was going to school, and of course I was in a rush. And so I was whipping everything up. I threw in the smoothie and I blended it, put one in the fridge for Drew. I grabbed mine and away I went. And then I got this message, this picture, texted, I don't know, an hour or 2 hours later, and Drew had found a piece of the sticker in the smoothie. Do you remember?
I remember.
So I was in such a rush that the sticker was still on the pear, and I didn't remove it. And Drew had that little sticker in his smoothie.
I still don't think it's funny. You know what? Because of that, well, maybe not just because of that, but one of the reasons why, as soon as the groceries come back from the grocery store,
all the stickers get peeled off.
All the stickers get peeled off, and they get soaked in a
bath.
A bath. Yeah.
Apple cider vinegar, right?
Yeah.
Apple cider vinegar.
And water.
And water.
And then, so it gets soaked in there, but all the stickers come off right away because I don't like to have stickers in my smoothies. So, yeah, absolutely, Shauna. Pear ginger.
Let us know what your guys' favorite smoothie is. Shauna says pear ginger. Drew says pear ginger. I like banana peanut butter. Let us know what your favorite smoothie is in the comments, because it's always cool to see what other people enjoy and like as well.
We got lots of people coming in here on Instagram as well. Hey guys, we're on Facebook Live right now and Instagram Live as well. So if you're on Facebook and you have to go, maybe you're on your phone on Instagram. I'm not quite sure. Maybe you're just using your favorite platform, but Instagrammers were on Facebook.com/TrueFormLife. And we're actually dragging comments onto the screen. And then Facebookers were also on Instagram, and that's Instagram at Drew Taddy is what we use for our business page. We also have 2 $25 gift certificates that we're giving away at the end of the show if you stick around for Rancher's Castle in Ponoka. Food is amazing. And if you go there, you will go back. I guarantee it.
Oh, gosh, yes. And if you're in Olds area, it's a little bit of a drive, but so worth it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And, I mean, we're fortunate to have some really good restaurants around that we featured on this show, but it's so worth going out of town. Like, many times we think about going to Calgary or going to Red Deer, and it's like, I feel like it's like this hidden gem in Ponoka. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like it should be, Dylan's restaurant should be like in a big city. Like, we're going to LA to Dylan's restaurant.
Yeah.
And he actually had 3 at one point, but we're trying to get him to get one closer, make one.
Open a restaurant closer to Olds.
Yeah. So, we had a couple other questions here before we get on to our next topic here. Sue says, do you want to read that one?
Have it at 8 a.m. and 12:30. Sure helps. Energy balls at 3 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's awesome,
awesome, Sue.
So you have your CTP kind of in the morning, and then you have energy balls more in the afternoon. That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that with us. And then we have Louise. Yes, Louise.
Another pear ginger.
Pear ginger train.
That's 3, Drew.
We got Ruby in here too. Hey, Ruby. We didn't know you were here. Thank you for tuning in, Ruby. Your berry smoothie with kale.
Yeah, the Berry Blessed is a good one. That's one of our go-to smoothies, actually.
Berry Blessed?
The Berry Blessed. We have that one quite often.
Yeah, for sure. And then we have apple cinnamon. And Dorothy's orange banana pumpkin.
Oh, that's a good one.
We have a lot of really good recipes. We've been making smoothies for a long time. So we are, we've got a lot of smoothie recipes to share. So if you don't know, or if you need some help, just let us know and we'll send some recipes.
Yeah, Brandy, she's not in here this morning. She's usually in here tuning into our live shows, but Brandy Love had bought a bag of CTP not too long ago, and she says, do you have any ideas? Because I always am going to the same the same smoothie every day. And I said, oh, do I have recipes? And I messaged her and I said, okay, just to warn you, there is a smoothie recipe bomb coming at you. And I just shared a bunch of links with her for smoothies because, like Drew says, we have a ton. But you can actually go on to trueformlife.com and go to our recipe section. And in the search engine there, just type in smoothies. And all of the recipes for smoothies will come up that we have. We have quite a few. If you're looking for some variety. Drew's going to do it right now.
I'm pulling it up. I want to go back to just apple cinnamon real quick. That used to be my favorite, Chantel, until I discovered ginger pear.
And also the orange pumpkin seed. It is a great one.
Yeah, that one's. They're nice to have at different times. Like I feel like the apple cinnamon is like on a cold day. Like
a fall kind of. Yeah.
And then I feel like the orange is like a refreshing, almost like a summer one.
Yeah. And we paired the orange and pumpkin seeds together because... I might need some help, Drew. No, I'm kidding. So the pumpkin seeds provide iron for our bodies, and sometimes iron can be difficult to digest in our body, but the vitamin C helps our bodies absorb iron. So that's why we paired the pumpkin seeds with the orange, so you get some vitamin C to help that process in our bodies.
That's right.
Absorb.
So I'm just going to pull up the screen here, and it's right here. So
it always makes me nervous when you screen shares, because sometimes you can't get out of it.
I'm pretty good now. So this is our website, trueformlife.com, and if you look up at the top bar here, it says recipes, and if you hover over the recipes, it'll go straight to Complete Truth Protein recipes. So we have a number of different recipes if you click that top one, but if you click that bottom one, it'll take you to all of our CTP recipes, which includes Dorothy's newest recipes that she's just releasing. This summer she's doing a stack of recipes. So here you can see the apple cinnamon smoothie right at the top.
That's the top!
Orange pumpkin seed smoothie. Peanut butter chocolate smoothie.
That's my favorite.
And then we have tons of information. Of course, is CTP safe for kids without question? Will CTP give me gas or bloating? Absolutely not, unless you drink it in 3 seconds flat. Why we use maca. So that just gives you an idea of what's going on the website. If you want more details or if you need information, it's all there. We spend a lot of time with content, as many of you know.
Oh, I thought I just spilled water. Sorry, that was my alarm face.
She does that often, like 3 or 4 times a day.
I didn't spill the water, guys. I wanted to mention about the website too, because I know not all of you look on a computer or a laptop, and a lot of you probably do searches or research on your phone. So one thing about the website is the drop-down menu. You have to turn your phone this way to get the drop-down menu.
Okay.
Right on the phone. Some people are saying I can't get the recipes on my phone. But I'm not sure when you have your phone this way.
Vertical.
When you have your phone when you have your phone vertical and you don't see that drop down menu. So just flip your phone around and get the horizontal view, and then you'll get that drop down menu.
Thanks
a little tidbit.
Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Keep the likes and hearts coming. Well, let's get to 100. That's fun.
That's fun. Drew likes that.
That game is fun. We have Suzanne that left a comment here.
Suzanne says, I can't wait to get my CTP because I never have time to eat breakfast on Wednesday morning, so I will be able to take one with me. That's awesome.
That's on the way, Susan, so thank you so much for your support, and it will be there in no time. And then Ruby said good morning. This was a while ago. We see you're here with us, Ruby. Thanks so much for being here, and thanks for your support with CTP as well. Your order should be there as well.
Yeah.
Shortly. And then Louise said, love the apple cinnamon too.
Actually, I love them all.
Thanks, Louise.
That, Louise.
We love them too. And okay, so we want to move on to the...
We spent a lot of time on smoothies, but I think it's because it's like a really
important part.
It's one of the most important steps.
So the next tier is smoothies and a meal plan. Now, as we mentioned earlier, we do have meal plans for you. You can make your own meal plans, but this is really going to get you moving in the right direction at a much faster pace. So in tier 3 here, unfortunately, it drops down to 10%. So it's only at 15. Like, we're adding this plus the 70%, of course, because that's where we start with most people. Then we go up to tier 2, at trying to get people to have smoothies every single day. It's so important to have them every day, not once in a while or once a week. And then moving on to meal plans. And this one is, we have our benefits underneath. So increased energy. Now you're starting to get a faster metabolism. Once your metabolism speeds up, we start to improve digestion. We start to sleep better, and we're feeling better. So we're in a better mood. So that's tier 3, and that's why we have the importance of a meal plan coming up here next.
And I think a really good place to start meal planning wise if you're not creating your own is with Detoxify Yourself. Detoxify Yourself has a 30-day meal plan in the book, at the back of the book, with grocery shopping lists and recipes, and it's a step-by-step guide. So it's like Drew's taking you by the hand and telling you exactly what you need to have each day. The recipes are super simple. I think I talked to you about that, Suzanne, actually, about how they're just quick, easy to prepare meals, and like no big fancy recipes where you need exotic ingredients, just everyday stuff. And a lot of people, have issue with the time, right? Because there is, getting the meals in a day. It's like, I don't have time to cook all these meals. So that's why our big philosophy around meal planning is cook double at supper time, so the next day you have leftovers for lunch, because that cuts your meal time making in half. So that's what we've done with our Detoxify Yourself 30-day meal plan. That's what we do in the monthly membership as well. So that's a really great place to start with meal planning if you're looking for a meal plan.
Yeah. Of course, you can make your own. We have our own, like Dorothy makes them for our monthly membership every week. We also have some other products and services that can help with that. But you're certainly welcome to make your own. So if that's something that you need help with or suggestions, let us know. Otherwise, as you were saying, Detoxify Yourself is probably the easiest way to get you started. And we've actually had people that write in and like, I went, like every time I kind of fall off, I just grab Detoxify Yourself and go back to meal planning, because there's so many different options that can help you out with that.
Yeah.
We had Jordan jump in here on Instagram. Hey, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
Jordan is actually living out of a van. He's building this van, and it's a thing. It's kind of like a tiny home almost.
Okay.
So Jordan's building this van that he's going to live out of and travel around. It's super cool. That's him and I are going to do a live interview or conversation Monday evening at I think 6:30 p.m. I'll put it up on the social media, but 6:30 p.m. I think, Jordan, our time, Pacific time, which is 7:30 Mountain time. Oh boy, it does, and he's in Eastern time, I think.
Oh boy, time zones.
I was reading this part of the book, how time zones really don't make a whole lot of sense. And they were talking about why they started them. Oh, maybe you're not interested in this history. Dorothy doesn't love it when I talk about history, but I think time zones were created around something to do with the one of the world wars, maybe World War II, because of the factories, and they needed to open up factories at certain times to increase production. And and then something to do with, of course, with the sun. They needed more daylight, or I don't know. It's very interesting. I don't know enough about it to express in detail, but I don't really love time zones, especially because like when I'm doing like interviews and I have to always match up time zones, and I have programs that should match them up as well, but they don't always. So time zones always seem to be an issue. If we always had one, if everyone had one time zone, life would be so much easier.
How many times a day do you ask me about time zones?
It's too much. It's too often.
He's like, so my interview is at 9, so if it's 9 in Olds, it's what time here?
Oh, it's
I'm like, 8, Drew, 8.
I know this one. The hardest one is when you go to the East Coast, because there's not only Eastern time, but then there's Atlantic time.
Yes, there is.
So East Coast is 2 hours difference, now 3 hours, but Atlantic time is another hour.
Yes.
Which is where your family is.
Yeah.
It's very challenging.
And then when we come here, it changes to 4-hour difference to my family. So that even is a whole...
Yeah, it's like a whole day. Then I've recently met a bunch of people on social media from Australia, and they're like a day ahead. It's a mess. Everyone should be the same time. Doesn't matter what... In Australia, it'll be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's blackout. I suppose I could see in that case time zones, but like North America, one time zone. That's it.
That's all you get.
Okay, what did we have? Chantel said, commented here.
Detoxify Yourself is a great book. It helped me to get healthy get a healthy lifestyle. Thanks, Drew.
You're welcome, Chantel. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you enjoying Detoxify Yourself. It's something that really...
It's a great guide or even like beginner book, but it's a great reference to go back to. And I can remember when Drew first released the book, one of the compliments, you didn't think this was a compliment at first, but was how easy it was to read. And Drew wrote the book like he writes how he talks. So it's like having a conversation with Drew when you're reading the book. But everyone says, oh my gosh, I read the book in a day. Drew's like, it took me a year to write that book. How are you reading it in a day?
Maybe like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Say it's still an insult to me. But
2 or 3 days. Okay. 2 or 3 days.
Then I found out that, then of course it became a compliment. Like people are saying how they couldn't put it down and how it was so easy
to read.
Easy to understand because it's not like medical words and terms. It's basically a regular person's perspective of how the food industry works and how to avoid different toxins and how to create delicious, simple meals. So that became a compliment.
That's right.
We had Jordan on Instagram here. He says, it's hard only. Yeah, he said only that's the excuse me. Jordan says that's the downside of traveling is all the time zones. So yeah, without question, time zones and keeping track of where people are and what time it is in different places is definitely a challenge. Mm-hmm. And then what else do we have? Suzanne. Is it Susan or Suzanne? Or does it matter? Like, does one person be called Suzanne, another person Susan, or is it like across the board Susan?
It's 2 different
names. Or Suzanne. Is it?
Yes.
Susan and Suzanne is 2 different names? Oh, I guess like Susan.
Sue, like Susan Matthews, is Susan.
Zane.
This is Suzanne.
Ah.
Suzanne. Oh. We could have them go on about names too. They'll have us all having the same name.
Everyone gets the same name. No time zones and no names. Oh my gosh. If you guys see, this is what live video does. You can't really hide you can't really hide your issues. My time zone issues and name issues.
Usually it's funny because usually I have name issues. I have this, I don't know, I have difficulty with names, I'll say. But what happens is like, names get put into like, how do you say it? Like
categories.
Like Jennifer, Susan, Sarah, like all of those names kind of sound the same to me.
I kind of feel like Dorothy shouldn't be explaining this because I don't think it makes any sense to anyone but Dorothy.
But I'm like, those are the, I don't know. And then you have like, I don't know. Maybe I should stop talking now.
But she categorizes names. We're at 99 hearts. Can we get a couple more hearts?
I really don't have any explanation for this. It's just how it works in my head. So Drew will be like, her name is not Jennifer, it's Stephanie. And I'm like, but that's the same category!
Yeah, so if she puts it in the same category, it's like the same name.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, that's not even close to her name.
I know, but it's the same category!
And the same thing with like John, Mike, Phil. Like those are all names from, and I think it comes from teaching because, you know, like they're, like names are, like you have the same types of names. You know, like the name Jack for whatever reason is on top of my head, top of my mind. So like there's more people naming their kids Jack. So then you have other names that are like short, like 4-letter words like John and Mike, like those are shorter. So would those be in the same category?
John and Mike? Yeah.
And Jack?
I don't know.
Not Jack?
I
I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works either. Anyways, those are our issues. So if you want to see more of the issues that we have to deal with, we started a new series. If you guys haven't seen it, we're so excited about it. It's basically Dorothy and I are opening our lives, much like this, up to you guys publicly, and it's the Day in the Life D&D Adventures.
D&D, Day in the Life of D&D.
Okay.
The name is, name!
And anyways, it's on YouTube exclusively. We're only putting snippets on Facebook, but it's on YouTube. And we have the whole series 1, or video 1 is done, and we shared that already. So if you haven't, go check it out. And then we almost have video number 2 and 3 finished.
That's right.
Edited. So we'll be releasing those in the next couple of weeks. So we really hope you enjoy those. If you get a chance, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, because that's something that we are growing and putting more time and effort into. So hopefully you enjoy that. Let's see. Suzanne said you need to put a chart on the wall to help you. Is that for names? No,
or time zones.
And then she said, time zones would definitely help. Good call, Suzanne. And then she said, whatever's easier for you. That's right. Whatever is easier, that's definitely something that we can work out. We do have to end the show for Instagram. We got 120 hearts on Facebook. What's up? We got one more topic to go over, and then we're going to wrap things up. We have to end things on Instagram. So Jordan says, are you doing a scheduled release like every Monday? We should. That's a very good point, Jordan. We haven't picked a day to release yet, kind of on purpose, because we release Exploring Mind and Body, our radio show, we got cut off. We got cut off on Instagram. Sorry guys, we're still here on Facebook. Jordan was asking if we're going to release a show, our Day in the Life, on a certain day, which is kind of recommended on YouTube. And we do release a new show, a new Exploring Mind and Body, so our radio show. We release that every Monday. So that's why we release that on iTunes, on exploringmindandbody.com, and also on YouTube. So we didn't want to put Day in the Life on Monday as well. And then we do these Friday ones that also gets published and released on YouTube, this show on Friday. And then we have Dorothy Cooking Live
on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, which is also released on Tuesday. So we're thinking that Day in the Life is going to be every Wednesday.
Wednesday is what we're thinking.
It's kind of midweek. We think usually we like to start at the beginning of the week or end of the week, but those days are kind of taken up.
Yeah. We got lots going on.
So we're thinking about Wednesday.
Yeah.
What did Shauna say here? Shauna said, that's cool. We'll have to tune into those videos.
Yeah.
Yes, Shauna, please do. We would appreciate that. So we're going to wrap things up here, but I did want to pull on our last tier here just before we go. Just stick around here. We're going to be giving away 2 gift certificates to Dylan's Restaurant, so stay right there.
Don't want to miss out on that.
That's right. So the last part of the pyramid here is tier 4. Unfortunately, dropped down 50%, and that's only...
to 5%.
Well, 50% from 10%.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So the success kind of gets cut in half when we go to smoothies, meal plan, and a fitness routine. So it does make it a bit challenging to get all the results you're looking for if you're not doing everything. And so when we relate that back to summer's getting closer to the end, unfortunately, it's getting closer to the fall, and we have to create fitness routines as well to get all the results we're looking for.
That's right. It takes all three to get to the results. So if you aren't seeing the results that you'd like to see, then one of those pieces is most likely missing. So the optimal success is the smoothies, the meal plan, and the fitness routine.
That's right. We also have something coming up here we're pretty excited about. It's going to be like a 10-day type of challenge, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it a lot. Like, we're going to do workouts in person, like workouts in the park. And if you're not close, we're going to be we'll be posting the workout in the group that we have. So it will be, regardless of where you're at, you'll be able to participate. But it's kind of like a 10-day challenge to get everyone boosted in the right direction, which will include everything in our pyramid here, from support, meal planning, and workouts.
It'll include everything in Tier 4, so smoothies and meal plan and fitness routines.
Is there an echo in here?
I just said I'm more organized.
That's also how Dorothy's brain works. It's very organized.
Sometimes you're just like, how's that different than how I did it? Because my way was a bit more organized.
All right, so that is what we have coming up here soon. So for our complete pyramid, to get all the results and to find all the success you're looking for, that's kind of the direction you need to go, especially when it gets closer to fall and the kids are back to school and everyone's in their regular routines.
Mm-hmm. And it's important to start right away, and a lot of times we push it. Oh, I'll wait till the kids are back in school. Oh, I'll wait till after Thanksgiving. Oh, I'll wait till after Halloween. And it just keeps getting pushed back, and then your Christmas, and it's like, I'll wait till January. So it just keeps getting pushed back. So that's why we always say it doesn't matter what time it is, like, it's important to act now.
That's right. No question. We have a couple of comments here. Shauna says, because camping and the Wi-Fi, have a bit to catch up on with your awesome videos.
Aw, thanks, Shauna.
We know that you've been staying on track with your workouts while camping, which is amazing, Shauna. So you've been an inspiration to us as well, so thank you so much. And Shauna also said, bam! Love, love, love true form workouts.
Yeah.
I like your bam, Shauna. It's close to my pow. I like the pow. Pow! We did want to share with you guys, we should tell them about the CTP.
Wrap up?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then we should let them go. I think some of them are waiting probably.
Yeah. So we did our campaign for
Feed a Family
in July. So our goal was to sell 50 bags, and then we would feed a local family. So last night, we decided to extend a couple days because we had the market yesterday, and we thought we were super close to the goal, so we thought that we'd let it go until the end of the market. So last night, we counted up, and what did we have, Drew?
I think we were 48, weren't we?
47.
47?
47.
Okay, so we got really close. Unfortunately, we didn't reach our goal of 50. So if you need some CTP, and we'll add you to the total. But I wouldn't say I'm disappointed.
No.
I think we did pretty amazing. And we kind of started that late, so we're kind of doing it for 3 weeks, which is another reason why we thought it would be cool to extend it for a couple days. But so what did 47?
47.
So we sold 47 bags of CTP for the month of July, and we said if we get to 50, we'll feed a local family. Of course, we're so close. We're going to
move forward.
Yeah. And feed a local family. So we'll give you more details about that coming up, of what we've purchased and how that's going to be distributed. It's probably not. We're not going to tell you who the local family is because not all of that. Sometimes if you need help, it's not public knowledge.
Right.
Like a lot of times we collect food on our own and we don't tell anyone, and we share that with that local family because we know they need food, but we don't make that public. So we're very, very I said we're in the community. We know that when people need help, we know when people could use the extra hand. It's not all the time, and it's definitely not only during the holidays. It's throughout the year, so it's very important to help people in and around our community when they need it. So that's what we're doing, and that's where we're at. And Shauna says, add me to the total. 48. 48, Rhonda. Thank you. I think we had another one. Didn't Hilda buy another one? Or 49?
Maybe we're at 49.
Yeah, we could be we're at 48, 49. So, all right, Rhonda, we're adding you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And we're at 143 likes.
Woo!
Hearts. 143 hearts. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you as well, Rhonda. We really appreciate it. And so we're 1 or 2 bags away from our goal of 50. So maybe we'll get another order today. Who knows?
We'll let you know.
So we're going to do our dry here, our giveaway. So if you're here with us, why don't you write Rancher's Castle in the comments. We're getting crazy.
So if you write Rancher's Castle in the comments, we will put your name in for the draw here.
I will take 2. I think you just put us over, Rhonda.
I think Rhonda got us to 50.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rhonda. You're the best.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Rhonda. I'm pretty sure we got our 50 then.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We set that up, and summer's a bit slow, and we're like not really sure if we're gonna get there. We know there's a lot of people. Like so many of you have already. Like everyone here, I think everyone's purchased. Like Chantel has purchased, Suzanne's purchased, Sue has, Rhonda, Shauna, Louise. All you guys here, you guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for your support.
Ruby was in here as well. I'm not sure if she's still here, but
so we have. Let me pull these up here. So we have Rancher's Castle from. I'm gonna pull your name onto the screen so we know for sure we got you. So we got Sue, Rancher's Castle, Suzanne, 2 different names.
Suzanne, Sue.
Chantel.
Just a second, I didn't get Sue yet.
Okay.
Sue, Suzanne.
I'm gonna pull the other camera up. You can see Dorothy writing the names down. Ah, look how cool that is. Chantel.
Oh, Rhonda.
We got Shauna and Rhonda. You guys have really good odds. I would like, I'm sure, like we would hope that we love you guys so much, but we hope that in the future we can grow our audience and maybe have like 100 people watching. And I think that would be more difficult to win prizes. Mm-hmm. But at this point, your odds are amazing. You almost have a 50% chance of winning.
Oh, Ruby's still here.
Ruby, right in Rancher's Castle. Come on, Ruby. Rhonda said you're welcome.
I was going to say something. We were talking today about how with your fitness goals or your health and fitness goals, it's important to act now instead of waiting in for the right time. And Drew and I are much like that with business as well. So we were talking about doing this campaign, talking about it, and finally I just said, just gotta do it. Just, because we knew that July is a slower month, and summer's here. And we weren't sure. We were wavering back and forth. And then you just got to do it. You just got to go for it now. And that's what we did. And we're just so grateful for all the support that we've received. And looks like we reached our goal.
Yeah, that's very awesome. Exciting. And Louise, right in Rancher's Castle.
Louise did. She did? Yeah.
Is she on the screen?
Oh. I wrote down Louise's name.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, Louise. Dorothy got you. Who else do we have?
But now I don't have enough names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing?
You got 6. Can you read them out?
Oh, Suzanne.
Louise wrote Rancher's Castle. Don't forget her. Thanks, Chantel. Oh, Vanda just jumped in there. I got it, Chantel. Thank you. Thanks, Louise, for letting us know. What do you got there?
I have Suzanne, Shauna, Sue, Louise, Chantal, Rhonda.
Okay, 2, 4, 6. Okay, let's do it.
Open up your hand. I'm gonna drop them in. Oh, Ruby, there you are. I'll add Ruby too.
We got Ruby. So everyone, Ruby's name isn't on there. We got you, Ruby.
She just wrote, so we're good. Ruby, you're in there.
We got everyone's name.
Okay.
See, we got Suzanne's going in there. We got Sue. We got Shauna. Everyone's
Lots
name.
of S's.
Oh.
Lots of S names.
We got 4 S names out of 6. That's a lot.
All right, shake it up.
We're gonna take any screenshots. Do you want to like make a crazy face and I'll take a screenshot of you?
Drew is very good at like getting my most attractive facial expressions. I'm like, seriously, Drew?
Dorothy acts like I do it on purpose, and she just always makes these faces, and I'm like, how can I take a screenshot when you're making those faces? It's that one.
Oh.
Get out of there. I can't even tell what oh my gosh. Wow. See what I gotta deal with? Her face. Like, do that again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's do it.
The draw?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
No, wait. Where's the thing?
Here.
Oh, okay. Put it that way.
Okay, Drew.
I feel like it's too much pressure because Dylan's food is so good. I'm like,
We get to pick 2, remember. So this is the first one.
Can I get the drum roll, please? You guys can see it first. Suzanne! Pow! I like the zoom.
You like the zoom?
Suzanne is winner number 1. Congratulations! And then we have 160 hearts. That's fun.
Drew likes the hearts, guys.
I like the hearts. Okay, that's number 1. And the second winner is...
Oh, it's kind of messy. What are you doing up there?
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of pressure. Sue! Sue and Suzanne. And those are both names that I always thought was the same name. Sorry, guys. This is just how I am. I can't help it.
Do you mean, does Suzanne get the nickname Sue?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he was talking about. And I'm not sure. Would Sue? Because for sure Sue is Susan. We know that.
Suzanne, people call you Sue sometimes. Just trying to say you two are goops. It's true. You speak the truth. Congratulate. You know what we do? We say, when we're like, congratulations, it's from Elf.
Elf.
We like the Christmas movie Elf.
If you've watched Elf, there's the part where it says best coffee in the world, or world's best cup of coffee, when he first gets to the big city, and he opens the coffee shop door, and he's like, congratulations! World's best cup of coffee! Wow! You did it! And Drew and I are probably the only ones that laugh at that, but now that when we say congratulations, we say it like Elf.
Congratulations! It's funny because there's this place that they have these churros here, and I don't even know how to explain a churro.
It's like a
cinnamon stick.
It's like a cinnamon stick, a pastry.
Yeah, and they're like these Mexican
things. It's like
things.
a rod.
Yeah,
like a long. They're like
And there's like cinnamon sticks, and there's this place right out here on the pier, right where we're staying, and it's and it says like world's best churro or something like that. Churro, or however you say it. So every time we walk by, we're like, congratulations!
World's best churros! You did it!
Oh my gosh.
Boy. That should be day in the life right there.
And sometimes I don't know why you guys tune in. So we had all kinds of crazy comments coming in. Rhonda said, Suzanne, awesome. Chantel said, congratulations. Sue said, Sue is me, Swampville. Yes, that's correct, Sue. We know. You won. Congratulations. Sorry you didn't get a chance to win, Louise, and go back to your old stomping grounds. But if you're coming up this way, we'll go with you. Well, if you're going up that way, we'll go with you. So let us know when you can make that happen, and we'll make it happen. Suzanne, did you tell us if people call you Sue yet? Because that's very important in my life right now. All right, guys. We love Friday Mornings Live. It's pretty much our favorite day.
Drew, you have 174 hearts.
Yes! 200!
I knew he was going to want 200 now!
200 hearts! Our morning smile is why we tune in. Thanks, Louise. We're happy that we can entertain. Yeah, Friday morning is our favorite because it's this. We get a chance to hang out and laugh with you guys and talk with you and pretty much be ourselves. And this is who we are.
This is...
Sorry you're stuck with us, guys.
We can't hide it. You're getting your hearts looked through. Look at your hearts. Look at them. Wow.
200.
You guys are awesome.
Today's a big day for us. We got 50 bags of CTP sold and over 200 hearts.
That's awesome.
211. Wow. You guys are amazing. Yeah, absolutely. This is our favorite day of the week, without question, because we get a chance to hang out with you guys and laugh and share information. Like, this is our job. It's kind of crazy. Like, this is what we do. So thank you so much for making our life that much better.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys go. We've been on here for a long time.
Yes.
So happy Friday. Dorothy and I have some other things going on, of course. We're always working on something. And we will keep you updated on what we have going on.
That's right.
Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for your support with CTP.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Vanda said, we reached our goal. Thank you, Vanda. We're so excited. Rhonda Vanda, you might have missed, but Rhonda just put us over the top with her 2 orders. So crazy.
Yeah, Rhonda's like, I'll have a bag. And we're like, woo, 49. She's like, I'll take 2. So that's how that went down, Vanda, if you missed it. Yeah. So that's awesome. Thank you so much.
We have 232 hearts. Louise said, have a great weekend, all. Yeah, you guys have a great weekend. All right, guys, we're out of here. Once again, thank you so much. We couldn't be more grateful for you. See ya.
See you later.